This meeting is being recorded.
Okay, guys, so now I'm sharing my screen. Okay. So guys, hope you can see my screen. Please mute yourself until unless you do not have any question. If you have any query, you can unmute or you can just raise your hand and unmute, and then you can ask the question. Okay, so can anybody confirm you can see my screen?
Yes, Harish, we can see.
Okay, nice. Okay, guys. So good morning, everyone, once again. And before we start the session, we have to understand few things. Okay, so let me ask you something that is very important. That who all are using, the YouTube, the Instagram, the WhatsApp. Anybody can answer. I think everybody is using that, right?
Yeah, we all are using, I think.
Okay, excellent, guys. Okay, I will come on the concept, but before that, let me just clear the agenda of the class or the session entirely, I can say. So I will follow the approach that will be the bottom up learning approach. So if you do not know anything about any of the topic which I'm going to deliver here, it will be from the scratch, right? So you will understand each and every aspect of the of the concept, whatever I'm going to deliver in this session, in this entire session, right? If you have knowledge, then it's much better. You can share your ideas. If you have anything which I'm not having that, if you have something, you can you can share that. Yeah. So okay, we all are using different apps like YouTube, Instagram, WhatsApp, Netflix, everything, right? So basically, all of us are already cloud users. Guys, understand, I can start the Azure directly, right? I have shared your credentials with you that will be useful while logging to the Azure portal. I will walk you through, and I'm hoping that you all have installed the Microsoft Authenticator app in your cell phone. That will be needed for the MFA2. So we will start Azure very soon. Maybe if we will finish this fundamental class first, then probably today or in the tomorrow session, we are going to start the Azure portal, and we are going to explore the different services over the Azure portal. Yeah. Before that, we have to understand the basics of the clouds. So how many people are there who actually understand the cloud? You can unmute yourself and you can talk.
We were using SQL earlier. So earlier SQL were installed on premise. Like there was a physical server where we need to install our applications and then use it from there. So it requires like a huge structure. But now since we have moved to Azure, our SQL has moved to Azure, then we just need to put our install, like it is automatically installed server where we have to just use that space. It is like renting out that space whenever required, and we do not need to have a physical server.
Correct. Excellent. So very well said, guys. If I say we all are actually using the cloud in terms of different applications, right? So when I say that, okay, you are using the cloud, so how you're using the cloud? Your application, your YouTube, your WhatsApp, your Instagram, your Netflix, Prime, right? Amazon Prime, whatever, right? You're using the app. Those are actually running where? Is that running in your machine, in your cell phone, in your TV, where it is running, right? So, what do you understand? If you're using WhatsApp, where actually it is running? Anyone? Guys, please be engaged, right? So if you try to answer the question, probably you will enhance your your delivery capability as well. Just a moment, guys. Yeah, please go ahead.
So I think data is stored somewhere, and we are just logging in there and then using their application and storing our data into their space itself.
Yes, exactly. So if I say right, trust me, people are using. See, if I go to the history, right, we had applications installed in our machine, right, and my machine or our machine was totally responsible to handle that application. And once we are using right now, once we are using those applications over the cloud, I will make you understand that how it is running there and what is the cloud architecture overall, how we are managing those things there. We will go in that part, but before that, understand the truth of your application is that it is not running on your phone, your laptop, or in your on-premise server, right? So they are actually running over the servers, which are actually owning by providers, just like Microsoft, yeah, or Google, or AWS, right? So if you do not have the knowledge, right, of the cloud, even you can understand it better that you whatever you are using, it is not running in your system. That is my overall, goal to make you understand that whatever application you are using right now, that's not in your phone, or it is just like your screen, right? You are using your screen, you just using as a front end, and it is running over the server that is owning somewhere else, right? Someone else is owning that server, right? So, okay, when you open the stack, it is running somewhere else, right? Looks like it's running on your phone, but it is not. It is exactly running somewhere else. Okay. So you understood this concept that your application is running somewhere else. Somebody else is owning that, the whole thing. I mean, the infrastructure of the application, the management of the application, everything is being managed by someone else. You understood it? Any question? Any query till now, guys? Okay. So now, before cloud, right? We need to understand one simple thing. How does any computer work? Yeah. Maybe someone says, okay, sir, I do not understand what is computer, right? But I think nowadays everybody knows that what is computer. So generally, in a computer, whether it is a laptop or it's a PC, it's even it's a cloud virtual machine, yeah, or server, whatever, right? It is running on three things, right? So the main important part is the CPU. CPU is acting as a brain, right? It thinks, it processes the instruction which you provide. If your CPU is weak, your system behave like, just like, okay, we have nothing, right? Because without brain, we cannot do anything. So everybody knows that what is CPU, right? If you do not have any idea about the CPU, let me know. I can make you understand a little bit more about the CPU. Anyone, guys? Nobody? Okay. So I'm assuming that each one of you understand what is CPU, right? So CPU is central processing unit. You maybe heard about Intel, AMD. Okay. So those are actually you can say chip-based hardware which has some partition inside it where the data is being processed. Yeah. Okay. So the second important part is the place where your instructions are being processed, right? I'm going to say just I can say, okay, I've given the instruction to the machine or to someone. Okay, these are the instructions that store it somewhere and process it, right? There, your random access memory takes place, right? That is a temporary workspace where your data is actually active and CPU is processing that data. Yeah. Generally, I call it as a working table. Whatever work you are doing right now sits inside the RAM. Yeah. So if you open, let's say I'm opening different applications like Chrome, Excel, Teams, YouTube, or maybe more applications, right? And what will happen when I'm working simultaneously on 6 to 7 applications? What will happen? My laptop or my desktop is a little bit slow, or it is going to be hung. Why? Because I've just occupied whole of the random access memory. Yeah. Yeah. Is it clear, guys? So my RAM is actually crying for the help, right? Because I have overloaded it. So maybe you have heard about that. Okay, when someone is buying the laptop or desktop, asking people, okay, how much is the RAM there, right? And the RAM is very costly nowadays, I can say, right? Yeah. So I have started working on the system when I had only 3 MB RAM. I do remember that, right? 3 or 4 MB RAM. Okay, who is there, or anybody is there who recall those days when you have a less configuration system? I mean to say, just like Pentium 1, P1 system, or P2 system, P3 system. Then we have P4 system. Have you ever worked on those systems, guys? Anybody have heard about the history of the computers when we have the computers, let's say like GX2, GX4? Anybody? Just an ask.
I just read those.
Sorry, second.
Sir, I just read those. I do not recall exactly. Like, yeah, when I started working there, like RAM was very less, but I don't remember of like just 3 4
Exactly. Yeah. So I had started when I was doing my MCA, I think in the year of 2000. Before that, when I started it, I can say it was completed in 2003, and when I started in 99, when I passed out my BCA. Okay, so then I my one of my friend had a computer that is called DX4 actually, yeah, and that has 8 MB of RAM. Nowadays we have 32 GB of the RAM, right? So probably you all have at least 16 GB of RAM in your system, yeah. So that's okay. That's okay. I'm not going inside that hardware part deeply. Yeah, though we had learned those things as well. But yes, I'm not going right now. That's not relevant as the course. Yeah. Okay. So the third is important part is storage, right? So generally, we have permanent storage, right, where your data always residing. So if you even sit down your computer or your laptop, the data will be remain same, just like your files, right? You store your files in your system. If you restart the system or you shut down the system, you open or again start the system, you will see the same file. It will not go anywhere, right? And this is a very important, right? Cloud does not change the computing architecture, right? CPU is still CPU, RAM is still RAM, storage is still storage, right? Yeah. The only difference is you don't own the hardware anymore. So previously, as someone said, yeah, we had on-premise SQL server, yeah, the database management system. So in most of the companies, even in today's era, most of the companies is still working on premise because of they do not want to share their sensitive data over the cloud. So they are still working on SSMS. Yeah, sorry, SSMS. You can say that is Management Studio. Yeah, so this SQL Server, right? Okay, is that clear, guys? Till now, any question, any confusion, any query, guys? Please be engaged and ask me. Yeah. So if I say about, if I compare, if I compare your brain, that is actually CPU. Yeah, thinking happening here. Right? So whatever it is thinking, there is just thinking inside the CPU, right? Your study table is your RAM, where you have a lots of books there or your laptop there. Different things are there which are actually active. You can use it, right? Then your cupboard is just like in a storage where you keep your the older books there or which are not being used right now is stored there. It's just like there, right? So okay, I can ask you one thing. If I give you a small table, right, to study there, you have 25 books loaded over the table, a laptop, a notebook, will you be work comfortably? Just say yes or no.
No.
No. Why? Because it is overloaded, right? You have to free the space to work comfortably. And that is the RAM, right? You have to understand it. Okay. So the question arises, we understood that the cloud is something where we have to rent the services. Okay. That means earlier we were using all the infrastructure in my system, or I can say just take an example of the desktop or laptop. I'm owning the laptop. I've installed the application. I'm managing the applications. Whatever is being done with the laptop, I'm the owner of that laptop, and that I'm accountable of all the things, right? But now when clouds come in, you don't have to worry on those parts. You just have to use your laptop. Somebody else, just like you use virtual machines in your laptop, right? You use VMs to log in there, so that everything, every application or Windows or any software is being handled by other providers, right? So you don't have to worry on those parts. So we understood about the cloud. We understood about the architecture of that part. That okay, we need CPU, we need memory, we need storage to work on that. Yeah? Now understand what is a server. Yeah. So imagine one computer. If you have, okay, just take an example, right? So you have a computer, right, and it can only serve one person, right? That computer also have CPU, RAM, and storage, right? In terms of SSD or SSD, right? HDD, right? So now that can serve only one person. What about if you have thousands of people there, yeah, and they're working together? Is your laptop or your desktop is I can say capable enough to handle all those thousand people? No, right? Yeah. So you need something powerful or some machine that is much powerful which can handle or scale up as per the requirement for many of the people, right? Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah. Is it correct, guys? They're making sense? So server is a powerful computer which is actually designed to service data or resource to other computers. So okay, so what is happening when you have a hardware, just like generally a server does not have any keyboard or mouse or monitor. It's just a machine which actually has CPU, RAM, and storage. But yes, it is more powerful, which can handle multiple requests at the same time, running 24 by 7, and also providing the several virtual machines, right? from a single machine. Yeah. So just take an example, right? If I just go for the analogy, right? So if an internet is a restaurant, right? Server is just like a waiter of their restaurant. So you are something. Yeah. Guys, can you hear me properly? My screen is showing there is some issue with my microphone. Am I clear on that?
Yeah, like yes, you are clear. Like little bit of distortion was there earlier, but now it is okay.
Okay, I'm sorry if there is some issues. Okay, so yeah, so I was saying that, okay, so waiter is just like your server, right? So you request food and server brings the response, right? So when millions of people open Amazon during the sales, what is happening there? Thousands of servers are working together behind the scenes, right? Yeah, guys, understood? So if I
Yes.
say about the server, right? If someone asks you that, okay, what is the server all about? What would be your answer? Can you answer the question, guys?
So server is a physical storage where we keep our data.
Okay, I will just hold one thing, right? Before we say, right, is a physical storage. It is not only the physical storage, right? It is a machine. It's a whole machine that actually has three things, right? CPU, RAM, and storage. Yeah. So server has the compute power, that is the combination of CPU and the RAM, and then server has the storage. Okay. Please go ahead once again. Let's say the answer. Just give me the answer. What is a server? If someone asks you, right? Just understand. Okay, somebody is taking your interview, and you need to answer the question. What is a server? What do you understand by that? Please go ahead. Anybody? Guys, please, whatever you think, whatever you understand, just say it. It will open your mind, and as well as it will, enhance your delivery patterns as well, right? So please go ahead, speak.
I think server is again like physical storage where we have all CPU, RAM, and storage space over there. And since now we are moving to cloud, so someone has like nowadays like we are coming up with a data center now in India also. So like these are the data centers which has several of servers and which is like when we are logging into it, it is like we are renting out that space and the owner also has the key, but they have all those authentication process and everything.
Yeah. Okay. We will also come on that architecture and where we have the IaaS, PaaS, and SaaS, right? So we will understand those things as well. Yeah. Anybody else want to try? Do we have Akshay here?
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, Akshay. Can you please try the answer about the
Uh,
server, please?
okay, so server is basically like a kind of computer, but it have like more powerful like components like we have in the our laptop. And if you want to use this, so we can use like renting services. So it will be on somewhere else, but we can just rent the services to use it as our computer.
Yeah. Excellent. Excellent, Akshay. Thank you very much. Anybody else? Sweta?
I just spoke. So that
Oh, sorry.
was my answer.
I'm sorry. Preeti? Actually, I'm not saying name right. I'm just speaking. So sorry.
Yeah.
Preeti, can you please try?
Yes, sir.
Actually,
So,
uh,
so,
Okay. Please, one by one. Yeah, Preeti, please, you first.
yes, yeah. it's a physical system which is placed, but we connect it through cloud, and this processes all our commands and gives us the output, returns the output.
Okay, excellent. Anyone else? Okay, who was talking about before that? Sorry.
Actually, a server actually is a kind of a virtual machine which is used to provide resources data to the users like us.
Okay. So, Nitish, we will just rectify one thing, that server is actually a physical device, right? It's not a virtual device. Yeah.
Okay.
Though it provides the service of the virtual devices. Yeah, that is called virtual machines. So server is a physical device. Without a physical device, where you are going to store your physical data, right? Just like if I say, okay, you have to store your Excel file somewhere, where you are going to store that? Until unless you have somewhere a physical storage, right? Okay. So just like okay, probably, have you ever worked on Windows NT? I have worked on Windows NT. I have worked on Novel NetWare. If you ever heard of those terminologies or terms before, it's older time, right? When we were learning those things. So in my semester, I had Novel NetWare, where I can see, okay, we also worked on Unix, right? I've not worked on Linux, yeah, but I worked on Unix, right? So guys, I'm not going on that part, but yes, we have servers. Those are actually physical, where we have the CPU, RAM, and storage, just as simple as that, right? But they are much powerful to scale up, scale down. Yeah. So if we have more demand, it can create more virtual machines. If we do not have demand, it can disconnect unnecessary used virtual machines or the active virtual machines, right? Yeah. Got it, guys? Making sense? Guys, one request to all of you. Please be engaged, and my overall motto is to fool you with the complete knowledge, right? So when someone answered the question, they or that person has their own style. Just like Akshay has given the excellent answer, Preeti has given the excellent answer, Shweta has given the excellent answer, even Nitesh, you have given the excellent answer. But if you observe deeply, you all have their own style, right? You're not following each other. You're not saying the same sentence. Yeah, guys? Yeah? Am I correct, guys? So when I listen 10 different sentences, I can remember at least 1 to 2 sentences out of those. Yeah. So the thumb rule is learn as much as you can. I do understand when I read 100 lines somewhere, I cannot recall all those 100 lines. But yes, I can recall probably 10% or 20% out of those. Yeah. And that is enough to deliver your concept, your thinking towards the other people. That's okay. That's pretty good. Yeah. Okay, guys. So is that clear now? So server is something which actually having the high performance, more CPU, more RAM, more storage. Yeah. It's running 24/7, no peripheral. It is not required to have your monitor, your keyboard, your mouse. And the fun fact, many servers do not have the keyboard and the monitor attached. That is one thing we understand. They are managed remotely. Nobody is sitting there to manage your servers. It is just like inside the data center where you have the servers, and it is just managed remotely. Yeah. Okay.
So earlier, like in our offices, they had the data room. So was that the physical server installed
Yes,
in?
yes, exactly. They have the server room, and you are not allowed to go inside the server room because it's too chilled. If you
Yeah.
remember,
Yeah.
Even I was working in SCL Technologies in Sector 126 Noida. So in my floor, I was working in Tower 6 and in the Nokia project, and there was a server room in that floor as well. And once there was a door was open actually, so me and my friend was trying to go inside to see how the server is managed, actually being managed physically. But as I entered, there was some alarm. It just alarmed, and we just stepped out, and guards was coming, and we just make the excuses something. So okay, so server rooms are actually very chilled. They have the cooling fans, they have the you can say a power backup. If you go inside the server room, if you check, if you have the chance to see this physical server, you will be surprised how they are look like, right? But yes, they are more powerful. Okay, so they are actually being handled remotely. That's where the cloud platform like Azure becomes powerful. So Azure has many data centers. We will come on that architecture, how Azure globally designed the regions. Inside those regions, we have availability zones. Inside those zones, we have different data centers. In those data centers, we have servers. So if I come from the bottom, we have the physical server, you can say placed in the rack, yeah, one above another, and then inside a building, and then we have many buildings, and then it creates a data center, and we have the zones. Okay, we will come to that part, don't worry on that. Yeah, okay, so as I told you that when you have the server room side, yeah, so here in the data center, right, so all the servers are, just I told you that, okay, they are actually kept in the rack, right? So we have, you can see over the picture, if you just see, it's just like a pic of a server. You can, yeah, server. So if you see, we have different servers placing to each other on one of other, right? So top of the other, right? So okay, imagine entering a huge building. Okay, I'm just creating an example, or you can say the analogy, right? So thousands of servers, cold temperatures, yeah, loud cooling systems, I can say. They actually have a too chilled, right? Yeah. So, and also in terms of security, we have biometric security there, we have backup of the electricity there, we have fire protection there, and those are actually combined to create the data center. So data center is nothing, it's just like a building where we have the server placed. Yeah. Is it clear, guys? And company spends billions of the dollars on the managing servers, right? If they are owning the servers. Yeah. Any question, guys, till now? Guys, if you do not understand what is cloud, if you do not understand what is server, if you do not understand what is the architecture of the computer, just let me know. Whatever we have covered till now, is that clear? Is that making sense? Or you are struggling somewhere to understand, or you're confused somewhere?
Clear, sir.
Yeah, okay. Okay, thank you for the confirmation. Okay, so guys, not saying about the cloud right now. We are just understanding the on-premise. So a company, just we have discussed that, okay, we have the server rooms there, right, in the company office, right? So there are many challenges, right? That is called on-premise challenges. So just imagine all company before cloud, they had to buy everything themselves. They have to manage everything by themselves, right? And what all components they have to manage is that they have to manage the servers, they have to manage the networkings, they have to manage the cooling, they have to manage the power backup, security, and everything, right? Yeah. to make the server up and running. And here is the problem. The very first thing that I can say, the maintenance headache, right? Yeah. So, and if I say, okay, let's say that my company is running on on-premise server, and my server is capable enough to handle all the data, whatever is coming on daily basis, right? But what about if data increases? Yeah, they have to spend more money. So significantly, upfront investment is more on the hardware, right? So that is called the capex. Yeah, the capital expenditure. Yeah, so the capital expenditure is more in the on-premise model, where company has to invest the money upfront. They have to buy more servers. Yeah, and that takes the time, right, to configure the servers. Let's say, okay, they had bought the servers will come up to their premise and then install the servers, and probably to configure those servers it will take more than 10 days or 20 days, whatever. I'm not sure on that part. It depends on the configuration of the servers. Yeah, it is not only the configuration like a laptop or the desktop, it just take few hours. No, it is everything has to configure, like networking, whatever is being handled by the servers, the use data, whatever, right? I'm not going in that part because I'm not sure that how people are configuring those servers, but yes, they have to handle everything, right? Because of the limited scalability, they have to purchase new hardwares. Yeah, okay. So what will happen in that scenario? The cost will be rising over the time. Yeah, if you see here, every year when the business is growing, right, they have to buy more servers. And the worst part is that, let's say after 5 years they have 100 of the servers running on their environment, and suddenly business goes down. What will happen? Those servers being sit idle, all the money which they have invested is just useless. They just need, let's say, 10 servers to run the business. Even they have 90 more servers which are actually working idle. Yeah, and I can say that when something is invented, there is a need. Yeah, and that is invented the cloud computing model. Okay, do you know who is actually the founder of the cloud computing? Anybody knows that? Who has given the idea of cloud computing? The cloud, actually, the cloud idea, I can say, right? Computing something we can go inside, the machine. But yes, about the cloud, who has given this idea very first time? Anybody? Preeti, Shweta?
Sir,
Akshay?
any
I think Amazon.
Okay.
leader or some, it was named, sir.
Okay, very good. Amazon, well said, Amazon, but not Amazon initially, right? Amazon is Amazon is a company which actually expanded it. Yeah. Okay. Anybody else?
Amazon is cloud computing server, sir.
Yeah.
Was provided.
So it actually expanded the architecture, right? We'll come on that part. Yeah. But who has given this idea? There was someone, right? Just like if we have invented any device, let's say smartphone, someone was there, right, who has initially given the idea of the smartphone, that we should invent something like this which can handle everything, right? Earlier we had using the phone that was the simple, I can say, standard phone with the keypad. Do you remember those days, guys?
Yes.
Or it is only me who is older? You know? Anybody else? Okay. Let me just say. So there was a person called John McCarthy who has given the idea of cloud in late 1960. You understood? 1960. It's not a new concept. It's a too old concept. It took the time of era to implement it. Yeah. So the person who has given the idea, he has not given the idea to just like, okay, we should have something like internet. He has not given the idea. He just given the idea something like that. Computation may someday be organized as a public utility. So he just said those things in 1960. Okay. In the future, we will have something that, okay, the computation, whatever we are computing, that can be handled by the public itself, right? Yeah. Okay. Is that clear, guys? Yeah. So if I say about other contributors, we were saying about the Amazon, right? So if I say about the other contributor, so a person called J.C.R. Licklider, he helped to create the idea of interconnected computers and networks. I'm not saying that you have to go through the history and remember all those names, but yes, as we are discussing about the cloud computing, we should understand that how it is started and who has actually started this, right? The Larry Ellison promoted internet-based software concept in 1990s. Okay. Then Amazon comes in the picture. Amazon Web Services launched modern cloud service publicly in year 2006 and made cloud computing mainstream. Do you understand it now? Then we have Google Cloud and Microsoft Azure. They have expanded the cloud ecosystem globally. Clear, guys?
Yes.
Anything? Yeah? Okay. That's fine. So that was something from this history, right? Okay, probably, when we read something, we should understand, okay, how it comes, in the picture, right? Okay. So that was the idea from the McCarthy, yeah, that we should have something that can actually be used by the public, yeah. Okay. And that is the cloud computing, right? Okay. So what is company could rent infrastructure instead of buying it? Yeah. So buying the hardware, maintenance the networking, that was pretty complex and asking for the huge investment, right? So when we have the cloud computing, it is just like renting the services, renting the space to store our data, renting the compute service to process our data. Yeah. Got it? Yeah. Okay, we have different model on that. On-demand delivery, we have pay-as-you-go pricing, yeah, scalability and elasticity. That is also important because, see, the nature of the cloud computing is very important when it is scalable, right? Yeah, and it is automatically doing those things. Yeah, if we have, just like you understand, you know, just take an example that, okay, you have to use the electricity, right, at your home. So do you build the plant of the electricity at your home? You just use it, right? You just pay the
Yes.
electricity bill. Yeah. So it is just like the cloud, right? You don't have to, create anything. You just have to use it. Yeah. So you just use the resource, you pay it. Yeah, for the users actually. Okay. Got it, guys? Any question? Any queries? Now, your concept, right? Your definition. You just said before a few minutes ago that, okay, it is just like renting something over the internet, right? That is the cloud. And that is the cloud computing. Just generally, the computing means the power. The power, what power? The compute power and the storage power, right? So you have more CPU, you have more RAM, you have more storage. Got it? Okay. So if someone asks you in an interview, right, what is cloud computing? What do you say? Okay, just understand. Just consider me, okay? I'm asking you the question that, okay, what do you understand by cloud computing? This time, who is going to answer me?
So this is on delivery of IT resources like
Yeah.
power, storage, and database and all.
Yeah. Okay, that's great. Anybody else? Yes, just say in your language. See, I will try to always, push you to speak up, because delivery is more important than owning the knowledge. You have the knowledge, I understand, I know it, that you have the knowledge, but how you deliver it, that is more important. So please deliver it, try to deliver it. Pintu, you are there.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So what is cloud computing all about? Just say in one line, in your language. I'm not saying with the correct terminology. Just say in your language.
Cloud computing is like in our company, they are owning, IT resources from another company, and they pay for that.
Exactly.
Resources may be system also may be IT issues also resources like over in internet. They are getting the services.
Exactly. Anybody else? Let's just try. Yeah, one or 2%. Please try.
So cloud, as I understand, cloud computing is the services that we use as a storage by internet to, for our purpose.
Yeah, sure. Just add one thing: storage plus compute power. Yeah, it is not only
Yes.
storage. Yeah. Okay, that's great. Okay, thank you guys. Thank you for your valuable opinions or views. Your statements. I really appreciate your effort, guys. Please always try to speak. More you speak, more you listen, right? So if someone is speaking, I'm listening. So it is enhancing my knowledge as well. So it's just treat as an open forum. If you know something silly, speak up, because we have to improvise it. My motto is not only to teach you, to make you understand. My motto is to create something in yourself, so you will be enough confident in front of anybody, yeah, to speak anything. Sometimes I've seen people who know what they want to speak, but they hesitate. Okay, just some quoting one scenario. Let's say that you are standing in front of thousands of the people. They are sitting in front of you. Let's say you are standing over a podium, right? And you are trying to make people understand what is cloud computing. You should be confident enough and calm enough. See, calmness is a very important part, right? Yeah, so you should be confident enough to speak in front of thousands of people. Yeah. So if someone asks you what is cloud computing, just say, you already have said that, I'm just refining it. Just say cloud computing means using compute services over internet instead of owning it or owning physical hardwares. Yeah, as simple as that. Just renting it. Yeah. Okay, guys, making sense? Any question? Any query?
Yes.
Clear.
Yeah. Though we have the different models, just like pay as you go, it is famous, right, guys? Pay as you go is a model where you just whatever you use, you just pay it. You will see, in the Azure as well. Yeah. So you are using something, it will just cost you whatever you use it. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Now, the virtualization, and this is the actually a real game changer, I can say. Right? Earlier, we had one server, and that is capable to run one application. Yeah, huge waste of time, the electricity, everything. Yeah? So engineers created the virtualizations. Now, one physical server can behave like a mini virtual server, and that is, the virtual machines, right? Okay. Have you ever used any virtual machine, guys?
Yes, like sometime it happens that our client required to work on their virtual machine, then we need to log in into the using the password and everything, and then
Yeah,
like all those applications are stored in their virtual machine, and we need to use those applications into their virtual machine.
exactly. Yeah. So this, in this model, I can say, right? We have one physical server. On the top of that, we have the hypervisor, that is a virtualization layer. And inside that hypervisor, it is, or you can say, the hypervisor is something, this is actually a software, right? It is something which is creating the virtual machines, right? So it is just, or you can just understand, okay, it is just like a software that actually generating the different virtual machines, right? So if you need more virtual machines, this hypervisor is is scaling up. When, yes, Shweta.
So how Citric is related to it, like how it is architected, that we are using Citric or some
Exactly.
PaaS.
So the architecture is same: physical server, hypervisor layer, then virtual machine, and here is your Citrix is there. This area. Yeah. So when you log into the Citrix, yeah, it is just like you have assigned a virtual machine where you have the compute power, you have the storage, you have the RAM, and then you have the installed Windows on those machines. Got it? So is that answering the question?
So again, like I'm not able to understand like what we are doing with Citric then. Like what is the role of Citric here?
Okay. What is the role of Citrix here? Okay, so Citrix is a virtual machine. Okay, just understand. You have your personal desktop, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Now, if I say that you need to log in to an application that is over the cloud.
Okay.
Okay. Once you logged it into that application, it provides a screen where you see again a desktop,
Yes.
a Windows desktop, right?
Yeah. Yes.
And then you have different applications installed, pre-installed there.
Yeah.
Behind that, a virtual machine is running, which actually having the RAM, CPU, and storage.
Yeah.
So it is a virtual. It's a machine that is actually working virtually, but you are handling as a software.
Okay.
Yeah. So that is called the hypervisor is doing the things, right? It is a software, right? It is a software layer which creates the virtual machines further and assigned to different people. Yeah. So your Citrix is nothing. It's a virtual environment where you see the windows, you see the application just like your system, your laptop windows, your desktop windows. It is just similar to that. But yes, it has more RAM, more compute power, and more storage. Okay, guys, a question arises here. So let's say I have a system that has only 8 GB of RAM, right? And I have a storage, let's say 500 GB of this SSD. My CPU is only Intel i3, let's say 2.9 gigahertz, or let's say 3 gigahertz. Now, my application require more, right? It needs at least 16 GB of RAM and 1 TB of the storage, and probably the i7 as a processor. What will you do? Are you going to upgrade your system? That is called, I can say, vertically upgradation. There are two types of upgradation. One is vertical and second one is horizontal. So if you go vertically, I'm going to say, are you going to do that vertically? You are going to upgrade your system because your application needs that. You have created application that is needing those requirements. So what I'm asking to you, like, what will you do?
We will buy the services virtually.
Sorry, guys. Oh, yes, thank you. Yes. So instead of buying new hardware or upgrading my hardware, what I will do, I will buy the cloud structure. I mean, the cloud architecture. I'm going to buy the service over the internet, right? So a virtual machine will be assigned to me where I will have the required configuration. Yeah, the 16 GB RAM, the more storage, a more compute power. That is the processor, right? Clear, guys? Any question, guys, till now?
No.
We can take an analogy, right, on that, right? So one apartment building, you just consider that one apartment building, okay, and multiple families are living there, right? It is just like, we have one physical machine and multiple virtual machines, just like that. We are just saying about that. You just compare those things in your mind, right? And that changes the IT industry forever. That architecture. Yeah. Clear, guys? Okay. Guys, somebody can ask me, Harish, you are just taking the theory, no practical session. Yes. Today's class is actually for the basic concept for the cloud computing, for the cloud architecture, because maybe someone of you know it earlier, but maybe one of you does not know anything about cloud computing. So I
Yes, sir.
have
It
to,
is totally new for me actually. So I'm
yeah,
just trying to understand
yeah, that
everything.
is the reason I have designed this course to cover each one of you, right? So I can take you through directly inside the Azure portal. But before that, you should understand what is cloud computing. Because when you are going to reflect those things in your resume, that, okay, I know the cloud architecture, there are many questions from the cloud, right? So they can even ask you a simple question or more harder, right? It depends, right? So we should understand whatever we can understand, we should understand, or I can say the every aspect of the cloud, right? Okay. So traditional versus cloud computing. As you understand, we have discussed a lot of things here. That what is the challenges of the on-premise. So in traditional system, we had the on-premise. The problem was that the capex, the important part, right? Because the money is important everywhere, right? So when I'm investing something to buying a new hardware, yeah, that is very important for me. I think top of that, right? Top of everything, because we are working for the money, right? So money is more important than other things. Yeah. So capex, sorry, the capital expenditure, that is more important. Yeah. So purchasing the hardware upfront. Yeah. So in cloud model, I'm just comparing that, right? So you can just compare it. On-premise, yeah, the old way, the cloud computing. Yeah. So buying upfront, also you can say buying the hardware, investing the upfront money, but in the cloud, we don't have to buy anything upfront. You use it, you pay it. So capital expenditure is now changed to operational expenditure, right? It is OPEX. Somebody can ask you, what do you understand between the CapEx and the APEX? Yeah, so CapEx is capital, whereas OPEX is operational. Now, whatever I'm investing upfront, I have to pay the money post the users, right? So more focus on the operational sides. Yeah, got it, guys? And today's, just trust me, guys, in today's era, the companies want flexibility. They do not want the complexity, right? They don't want hardware headaches. Yeah, they want to focus on their operational sides. Yeah, to grow the business. Got it, guys? Yeah. In the sorry, in the traditional model, we have fixed scale. Fixed scale means we have limited hardwares to use it for the specific uses. In the cloud model, we have elastic scales. So if it needs to have more servers, more virtual machines, it can generate automatically. And it is scaled down if we do not have the users. Okay, just understand. You visit to the mall. How many people visit to the mall? Not daily, occasionally. I think many of us, or all of us.
Yes.
Is there someone who never visited the mall? Anyone, guys? I don't think so. Even I do visit there. So if you go to the billing section, you can see there, sometimes there is only one person, but sometimes there are many people, right? Yeah. So what happened when you have here the vertical? Okay, let me just clarify one concept here, the vertical upgradation and the horizontal. So when you have seen, okay, your business is demanding more, right? Probably we need more machines to handle the billing systems. So that is called horizontal upgradation, right here. Yeah. But when you upgrade your system to handle more power or more users or more process, I can say just like processor or RAM or storage, that is called a vertical upgradation, right? So you can understand about the mall analogy, that how they are handling the things, right? The cloud is capable enough to elastic, right? Okay, so scale it and scale down as well. Yeah. And the maintenance in the traditional model, the maintenance was very high. You have to be responsible for all the hardware management. Yeah, the troubleshooting, the update of the management. Hardware, right? The software update. Yeah, everything you have to manage. Right? But in the cloud, the provider is actually the responsible person, or you can say management, who actually manage everything. You don't have to be, worry on any of the part. Okay, guys, understood till now? Any question? Any concern, guys?
Clear.
Clear. Okay. Okay, so before I will move to the IaaS, PaaS or SaaS, is anybody there who understand it? Any one of them? These are the models actually. Yeah. Anybody, guys? Pintu, do you understand what is IaaS, PaaS, or SaaS, or any
Yes,
part of
yes,
those three?
I understand all
Okay,
those
can
three.
you, yeah, just say in your language what exactly is IaaS or IaaS?
That as some applications or data, maybe operating system they are owning. I mean, any company owning, they have to charge less, and then pass in that. I mean, everything is some services are provided by the cloud. I mean, provided by any company, IT company, and that is more expensive than ours. And then SaaS, everything will be managed by a cloud computing company. So nothing will have to expend. I mean, company has to pay all expenses for getting services for SaaS,
Exactly.
hardware, software, application, and all.
Okay. Okay. Akshay, would you try? If you know, or whatever you know, yeah, I will just say whatever you know in your language, you can just try. Just say any one of them, or you can, if you are, you know it, you can say each one of them. Right?
I just know that these are the services like
Mhm.
we take it as a rent. So like kind of Facebook. So we upload our photos and all to
Yeah.
use the application and the cloud services.
Well,
So they are kind of providing us the application, and we are using their hardware also, like cloud hardware.
exactly, exactly. Sorry, guys. Anyone else, guys? Okay. So, guys, just take an example. You want to go on a trip, right? What will you do? Do you buy the car, or do you rent the taxi? What do you do?
Rent.
And
Rent the taxi. Yeah. Why? Because you do not want any headache, right? You do not want to manage anything inside the taxi. It is just you want to use it. Just go sit inside the taxi, enjoy the trip. Yeah. Because you're going to enjoy that. Now, similar in the IT industry or in the cloud architecture, I can say, when I need something to handle everything from my side, yeah, yeah, then I have to buy everything from my side, right? Just like, okay, just take an other example to make you understand. You want to buy a house, or let's say buy a floor, or buy an apartment, right? It can be a choice, but yes, when you buy a room or floor or apartment or house, if you need to to architect everything, you want that, okay, my washroom should be there, my bedroom should be there, my living room should be there. I mean to say everything you want from your end, as per your requirement. Then you are just buying the raw material. Yeah, it is just like you buying a framed architecture. I mean to say a building that is a raw building, a house that is a raw house, you just buy similar to that, right? And then you go ahead and give the responsibility to different architect to design your home as per your requirement. But here you have to maintain everything. You are accountable for each and every part. So if I say about infrastructure as a service, here you are responsible for each of the part. Even it's a shared model. The cloud is actually working on the shared model, right? It is not that everything you have to do, right? You cannot create your own cloud architecture, right? You're just owning it. You're just renting it, right? Somebody else is owning it. Even you can rent the hardware, yeah, but the OS and everything running, I mean to say the OS and everything is running, which you can decide what will be running there, the hardware of the from the provider. Yeah, okay. Just understand, you need a desktop. You want to create, or you want to assemble a desktop. What will you do? You will go to the market, you will buy the RAM, you will buy the processor, you will buy the storage, you will buy the monitor, you will buy the keyboard, mouse, printer, UPS, yeah, etc., etc. You will buy everything, and then you take those things into your home and then assemble each of the part together, and then install the Windows, install the applications, install the drivers, connect the internet, and then it's ready for the work. You do it, right? Yeah, some people do it. I'm not saying like everybody's doing it, but some people do it. That is called infrastructure as a service. So you are renting. Here you are not buying, you are not owning it, you are just renting it. So you are renting the whole thing, and you are managing as per your requirement. So nothing is there. It is you who will configure everything, design everything. Yeah. So you manage VMs yourself, but here one thing is important: you have more control. But remember that whenever you have more control, you have more responsibilities. Yeah, that's clear. Yeah. So you are responsible to manage applications. You are responsible to manage your data. You are responsible to manage all the runtime drivers. Yeah. You are responsible to manage the operating system. It is only the provider who is responsible for the virtualization, for the server storage, for the networking. You don't have to worry on those things. This is for the providers. So if I say about the building, you don't have to worry about how this building is being created, or you can say the raw frame has been created. Yeah, you just have to rent it, and then you will design as per your requirement. Is it clear, guys? Or I'm not making any sense?
Clear.
Sir.
Yeah, the infrastructure is a part, right? So you are renting the infrastructure, but designing as per your requirement. Yeah, but you have to understand that you are responsible for each and everything. Only three things that can be managed by the provider, and that is their side. That is data center side. Yeah, okay, where they are managing the servers, the networking, the virtualizations. Now, just understand that, okay, you need a service. Okay, what you have done till now, you have designed a website, right? And you want to deploy that website somewhere to make the people access. Yeah. So what will you do? You will buy a platform as a service where you are responsible to manage your application, which you are going to deploy, and you're the data behind that. You don't have to worry about the drivers, the operating systems, the virtualization, again, the servers and the networking. These three, if I just say about these three, right? Okay, let me just do one thing here. So if I say about, these three, every time, right, guys, every time. So if I just say, come on, this one and this one and this one. If you see all these model, right, whether this one, or whether the IaaS or PaaS or SaaS, everywhere you will see all these three are being managed by the provider. It is just like that. If you are taking the IaaS, you will manage this one. If you are taking the PaaS, you will manage this one. If you are taking the SaaS, you don't have to manage anything. So if I'm going to deploy any application, I need an environment to deploy it, then I will buy the platform as a service. Yeah, where just I'm managing only two things. Guys, clear? So it is just like taxi service, right? Yeah, you are just renting the taxi. In the IaaS, you are buying the car or renting the car, right? Yeah, here you are renting the service, right? Renting the service, or because they're renting the taxi, right? Just like that, yeah. But in the SaaS, okay, see, nowadays we are using a lot of applications, just like Teams, even Zooms. I'm just teaching on the Zoom. So Zoom is also it's a SaaS. So whatever application you are using right now in your organization, it is just a SaaS, just like Teams, Microsoft Teams, right? You don't have to worry on any of the part of the services. It is just provider who is manage everything: the application, the data, the runtime, the operating system, and again those three layers in the data center, right, inside the data center. Yeah, guys, is that clear? It's very easy to understand. Any question, guys?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Yeah, if you have any confusion, it can be a little confusion, yeah, it can be a silly confusion, please ask. Yeah, because I do not want you to go back with a query in your mind. Yeah, just ask it. It can be a scenario where I do not have the answer. At the same time, I will note it down. I will come back with the answer of your question. Yeah, but please ask. Yeah. Okay, guys. So we understood about the IaaS, PaaS, and SaaS. Yeah. Clear? Anything? Yeah. So once again, just a review, right? So you are using Gmail, you are using Netflix, you are using other applications. It is just a SaaS. Yeah. When you need an environment to deploy your applications to work over the internet, then you use PaaS. And when you need the virtual machine and that you want to manage from your end everything, right? Yeah, that is IaaS. Okay. So finally, what is Microsoft Azure? Yeah. If I say about the Azure environment, right, the whole Azure environment, yeah, it's a cloud platform. Instead of buying servers, you use Microsoft infrastructure. They have their own infrastructure, right? So they are offering compute, storage, networking, database, AI, many things, right? On demand. Whenever you need it, you use it. Yeah. Important aspect of the using the cloud computing is whenever you do not need your service, you have to stop it. Otherwise, it will be running over the server and it will charging you every time. And that is a huge amount, guys. Yeah. Clear? And why you choose Azure? You know, the Flipkart. You use Flipkart, guys? Anybody who use Flipkart here? Have you ever
We
heard
use,
the
sir.
name Flipkart? Have you ever heard the name Flipkart? E-commerce site? Okay. You have already know it, yeah? Generally, we use it. Maybe some people using probably every week. So Flipkart is the company who is actually using the pure Azure. Yeah, their whole cloud infrastructure is based on Azure, right? They are actually using the services from the Microsoft. Yeah. So 95% of Fortune 500 companies for its enterprise grade security and reliability, they are using the Azure ecosystems, right? Okay, and importantly, the Windows which you are using is designed by Microsoft, and whatever applications you are using right now is also running on the Windows. Most of the applications you will see, those are from the Microsoft. Yeah. So the integration part is seamless, right? Yeah. So it does not have any issue. If you are using the Azure and you are using the Microsoft applications, it's very easy to integrate with each other. Okay. So the bottom line is Azure provides the building blocks, right? You need to create modern applications without managing physical hardwares. Yeah. Okay. So if I say about the benefit of the cloud, or you can say Azure, so it's cost optimization. Yeah. So no huge upfront cost anymore. Yeah. You just have to use it, pay it. Let's go pay as you pay as you use, right? Whatever, pay as you go. Okay. So then scalability. It is capable enough to scale up or scale down as per the requirement. When you need more power, it will scale up automatically. Yeah. It has global reach. Yeah. So you need, let's say you are sitting inside India, right? And you want that your customer or user, though are from the USA, you want your user to use your system or use your application, just deploy it, right? It will be globally reached anywhere, right? Okay. So the global reach, I'm just saying about the global reach. High availability, because we have, you can say the data center almost everywhere. So it is high available, right? So we will understand in the later session that how it is designed, the architecture of the Azure. We are just going in a few minutes to understand it, right? Speed, you understand speed because it's a cloud, it's very fast. So, okay, I can give you a real-time example. When my database was stored in the SQL server, on-premise SQL server, yeah, when I pull 3 millions of the record from the on-premise SQL server, it takes some time, right? But at the same time, when I use Fabric and I store those data inside the Fabric, and when I pull the data, it just, in a few seconds, it just take there those 3 million records. I will show you that in the real-time environment, that how it is faster the cloud is. I will show you both the things. No worry. Okay. That's it. So speed and agility, security and compliance, you don't have to worry on that. It's Microsoft invested a huge amount on the security, so you don't have to worry. Microsoft capable enough to handle those things. Yeah. Okay, so now we are coming over the architecture. So the basic Azure architecture, right? Just understand, as a user, you interact with the internet, right? And Azure uses the compute to process your request. Yeah. So till now, we talked about server. We talked about storage. Yeah. We talked about cloud architecture. Yeah. Guys, just give a moment, please. I think. Just give a moment, please. Can you hear me, guys? I'm sorry.
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
Guys, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, sir.
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Yeah, I think my earbuds battery has been down, so I'm moving towards the desktop speakers. Don't worry. Yeah, okay. Now, before we go inside the infrastructure, I can say the global infrastructure of Azure, what is the regions, what is the availability zones, what is the data center, inside that, I will just show you one thing. Imagine you open Amazon from your mobile, okay? What happens behind the scenes? Yeah. Does your phone directly contain Amazon applications? Yes, answer me. Does your phone directly contain Amazon applications?
No.
No. Yeah. Correct. So it's actually installed on their system. It is just you are using the UI to interact with. Yeah. So the user sends a request to the internet. Yeah. And by opening the website, by watching a video, by placing an order on e-commerce site, yeah, and that request travels through the internet. And inside internet, you have the Azure Compute, which actually process your request and connect with the storage, save the data there, and take the response and show you an application or just on your screen, right? Yeah. Okay. Now come on the Azure Group, sorry, infrastructure. So where exactly does Azure run? The question is, okay. So if I am in India and my application users also in India, should my server ideally be in India or USA? What do you say?
In both places, sir.
Do you think it is a good idea? Let's
Think
say
Yes, sir.
nearby, uh,
yes, the nearby
nearby.
word. Yeah, the nearby. Guys, if I'm staying in India, my users are, see, if you understand that my users are in USA and I will deploy my application over the internet, and the data center or the region should be also from the USA. No, it is not needed. Yeah. So if I'm in India and my users are also from the India, then because I'm the person who is processing all the things, right? So I'm deploying my applications. Yeah. So I need the nearby region. Yeah. Or you can say the nearby zone. So I will tell you, okay. And why I want to say that? Because the closer server, faster experience, right? Yeah. Now comes to the reason. So the Azure global infrastructure is actually divided into different regions. This is actually the geographical places in the entire world, right? So we have different regions, geographical places. Inside those regions, just like we have Central India, yeah, we have East US, we have in the Europe, we have West Europe, right? When you log in, you will see there, right? You have the different regions. I will show you those things inside the Azure, right? Okay, so we have South India, we have Central India, where we have the Azure's, you can say, availability zones there, right? Okay. Now, inside those regions, those, I can say, physical area, those geographical area, we have availability zones. Now, suppose that one building is get affected, yeah, because of maybe electricity issue or something like let's say cooling fan is not working, or some failure is there, or some flood is there, natural disaster is there. Should the entire application stop? No. So Azure created different availability zones inside the regions, right? Okay. So what is happening? One region is connected with the different regions. So if I say, okay, We have in India, we have Central India, we have South India, where we have the availability zones. Yeah, or you can say those are the regions which are actually interconnected with each other. And those regions are actually having the zones inside, right? Or availability zones inside. And inside those availability zones, we have data centers. Or you can just think from the bottom that we have the data center, which is actually a building which is placed, let's say, in a city, right? Yeah, in an area. And then you have, okay, so city will be your region. The area will be your availability zone. Inside that area, inside that city, you have the data centers, your buildings, right? Yeah, inside that buildings, you have the different rooms, server rooms, that is called data centers, right? So if anything happened with any region or any data center, it has the copy with the paired regions. So your system or your application will not stop working. It automatically shifts in a milliseconds from here to there. Yeah. So, okay. A very important thing is that whenever you work something, it creates at least 3 copies. Yeah, for the same availability zones and for the paired one. And it stores there. So if in any case, your data center goes down, yeah, your server goes down, it will not stop working. You have at least 9 different copies there, right? In different availability zones and the regions. So it will just working, it will not stop working. So you have never seen that, or even I've not seen that Flipkart application is down or Amazon application is down. Have you ever seen that scenario, guys?
No, sir.
Yeah, I've never seen. I think when I started using probably last 7-10 years, I've never seen, yeah, that Amazon or Flipkart is down and it's just showing, okay, the server is down or something, it is not accessible. Yeah, it is just your internet which can cause the error. Otherwise, they are running 24/7, right? Okay, because of these infrastructure. Do you understand? Okay, about the region pair, right? So this is the region pair where we have connected the regions each other to have the backup of other regions, right? Clear? Yeah. And that is called the disaster recovery. If you just imagine that, okay, one full region has made a disaster, right? The backup region can help continuous service. I think that is clear, right? It's very simple concept. Any question or any concern on this, guys?
So, Harish, how we will come to know which region we should select?
Okay. So, guys, when you create the virtual machines or when you assign those things, whenever you are working over the cloud architecture, so I will show you in the Azure portal. When you create, see, generally we have the resource group, right? So inside those, just you take an example as a folder, because we are handling everything as a software, right? So when you create a folder, inside that folder, or while creating that folder, you have to select which region you want to assign that. Yeah. So if I say, okay, I want a compute power, I want a virtual machine, so which region it should work on that, right? So which server actually create that virtual machine from which region? You have to select from there. You have a drop-down list where you can select the available regions. Got it?
It is based on the city. Suppose I'm working in the Delhi, so should I select the nearby the region which is near the Delhi? In case
Yeah.
I'm working in Bangalore,
Yeah.
so
So
should I
here
select the
in India,
yes?
yeah. To answer your question, here in India we have South and we have Central. So they are 2 regions where they have data centers, right? So you will have to choose which is near to you, right? So it is just not like that you are sitting in Delhi and it is just in in Haryana. It is not like that. Yeah. So even that it's because it's a huge cost involved maintaining the regions and the data centers. Yeah. So they cannot create the data centers and the regions in the whole the country. But yes, to manage the whole country, they have at least 2 or 3 regions inside a country. So in India, we have South and we have Central. So if the South is near to you, you can select that. If Central is near to you, you can select that. You are free. You can just select from the drop-down list. Yeah, we will select that. We will do the hands-on and we will do those things.
So for the all activities, region should be same, no?
Yes, because once you have selected the region, further, whatever you are going to do that region is responsible or accountable for your activity. But yes, whenever you are working or you are doing anything, it is creating the copy and also saving your copy with the paired region. Yeah. So if anything happens with the central region, your work will not stop. It will be serving from the south region.
And one more thing, we can confirm with the companies which region we should select, no?
See, as an architect, I can say maybe your company has the standard that okay, this region should be selected, or see, it depends on the organization, right? Yeah, my organization always say me that okay, guys, when you are selecting the region, just go for the North Virginia, right? So we always work on the North Virginia. It depends because maybe my main company's handling environment is near to that. I don't know. Yeah, because my company is actually in the Ohio. Generally, the headquarters in Cincinnati, Bell. So I don't know whether they are close to that. But yes, what they have guided me that you have to select that every time. So we just select from there. Right? That's it. Yeah. We never ask them that why we are selecting this, why we not selecting this. Yeah. We didn't ask that because that is the standard of the company and we have the policy on that. Yeah. We have to follow the policy when we work in the company. Got it, guys? Did it answer your question, Yatandar?
Got it. Thank you.
Okay, that's great. Okay, so if I say about the and the analogy on those things, right? Just like you understood, okay, the city is just like a region, right? The availability zones, just like the buildings, or inside the city, you have the different buildings, and those buildings actually have the data centers, and those are connected with each other. Everything is connected with each other to help this disaster like in situations, right? Yeah. Any question, guys? There is an important part that is called fault tolerance, right? So now imagine one area loses electricity. Does entire city stop? No. Other areas should work, right? And that is exactly the idea of fault tolerance. Yeah. If one server room crashes, Azure shifts workload somewhere else. And it is automated. You don't have to worry on that. Even you do not know it, right? That your server has been down or your entire availability zone has down, right? It is automatically doing in a very milliseconds, I can say. Yeah. Sometimes, when you see, okay, you are watching a video online, it can be a scenario that it is just buffering in a second, right? It just buffered and then started. Maybe that servers goes down, or maybe that availability zone goes down, but it just shifted from here to there, and you started watching the video again. Yeah. Okay. A simple question. Why do you think bank cares so much about this? Have you ever think about that? about the bank working style. You go to the, okay, just understand, you have the debit card, right? You can go in entire, probably in entire India or maybe outside the India. You can just use it from anywhere. Yeah. And it works because of the cloud, right? So everything is connected to the cloud, and bank actually cares about that the feature or the service should not stop anytime, right? Okay, that's fine. Okay, so we are just discussing about the compute service. We have many services over the Azure, but just we are discussing about the compute service. That's the important part. So basically, when application runs, where actually it runs, right? So it runs over the virtual machines, right? So imagine Microsoft gives you a computer in cloud. So you can install software, you can configure the operating system, you can restart it, manage everything, right? So that is a virtual machine, right? Now, if I say about the app services, so it is just like, the PaaS, which we have just discussed, that it will provide you the platform where you can just deploy your application, right? So you have to focus on your code, not the infrastructure. Yeah, it is already built in continuous continuous development environment, right? So you don't have to worry on those things. It is also auto scalable, yeah, and also it supports multiple languages for the framework. So we will try to use it generally, guys. I'm not here to teach you the entire Azure, because this entire session, this entire course is focused on the fabric, right? It is just like I want to make you understand the basics and the base of the fabric. That is the Azure ecosystem. So I'm just trying to make you understand about the Azure ecosystem. But yes, we will do some hands-on practice. We will be working on creating the resource group. We are going to create the virtual machines. We are going to create the networking. We are going to create the storage. Let's take an example of blob storage. And then we will also upload the data there using the notebook inside the data factory, moving the data from here to there, and doing maybe some transformation. And then we will be using the database, right, for the transformation. Okay. Any question, guys, till now?
No, sir.
Okay. So as I was saying about the storage, the important part, right? So we have, okay, application cannot survive without storage. You have the application, but where your data being stored, right? Because every app stores something, maybe your log files, yeah, when this application was used, who has used, the timestamp, right? Maybe the activity as well, yeah. So we have different storage model there. So very first I can tell you that is blob storage. This can store unstructured data, yeah, and it can be a large unstructured data, right? So just take an example of, you want to store the videos over there, you want to store the backups of the system, the files, just like PDF, XLS, CSV, the images, your photos, yeah. So blob storage is capable enough to handle all those things, yeah. Sorry. Then we have the disk storage. This disk storage is actually physical storage that's associated with the servers, right? So but you are using this disk storage as a storage in your virtual machine as well. Yeah. Okay. So if Windows VM needs C drive, that use your disk storage. So you have seen when you're working in the virtual machines, you also have the C drive there. Yeah, you have your documents, you have the C drive, you have the download folders. Yeah, so all those are inside the disk storage. Then we have the file storage. That is a shared storage actually, like Office shared folders. You have the shared folders in your Office. Yeah? So in many companies, teams store files in common shared location. So that is similar concept. So sometimes it happens that, okay, I need something to share with my organizational other people. So I can store that is over the VM, but it is a shared. We can share those things to the other people. Yeah. Yeah. So if I say about in easy words, so blob is for massive objects where you can store a huge data. Disk is for VM hard drive, and file is for the shared folder. Is it clear, guys? Yeah. Guys, any question till now?
No, sir.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Harish, I have one question.
Yep.
So in which scenario, which storage we will use?
Okay. So if you are having data like unstructured data, so probably you are taking a snapshot, or you are having the images, you have some videos you want to store there, so you can store inside the blob. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. So you will create the blob storage. We will do it as a hand-on. Yeah. So we will create the blob storage. We will store there, right? So as I told you, if you have unstructured huge data, right? Sorry, huge. Unstructured contains everything, right, guys? Everything. Yeah. Even it also contains the structured as well. Yeah, it is not like that you only store the unstructured like image or PDF files or something, videos. It is not like that. It can also store the structured as well. But if you want to use the C drive, yeah, C drive, then you use the disk storage. You want to upload some file to share within your organization, yeah, and share it. Yeah. So you use file storage. So 3 different storage model, 3 different users. Clear? You still have the question, guys? Just let me know. Okay. So guys, you have the things over the cloud, but how these are connected actually, right? So you created, let's say you created the virtual machines, you created the database, you created the storage there, but how they are connected? But obvious, the networking, right? So we have virtual network that is called VNet. This is your private network inside the Azure. Yeah. So if you just see this, we have 2 virtual machines. Those are interconnected with each other, and that is called virtual network. Yeah. Yeah. So think of VNet like a private society. So people who are actually the member of the society, they are only allowed to enter. So that is called virtual network. We have public IP. So suppose users from internet must access application. What do we need? We need a public internet protocol, right? Yeah, that's an address, right? Yeah. Okay. Okay, somewhere load balancer is also existing. The load balancer is software which actually balance the incoming load and diverting it towards the different virtual machines, or you can say servers, right? Yeah. So if I just say in a simple language, so just imagine only one billing counter open in shopping mall. What will happen? You will see huge line, right? Yeah. So that's why malls open multiple counters and distributed their customers. That's exactly what load balancer does. Yeah, it just creates a different virtual servers and just divided those load to the different servers to process it. And that is the reason your cloud is much faster. Yeah. So load balancer prevents one server from becoming overloaded. Yeah. Okay, guys.
Sir, does it work like Flipkart organized that big billion sale?
Yep.
So that will be handled through load balancer.
Yes. Load balancer is, you can say, just like, the guard, right? It is just whatever is coming, it's just dividing to the different machines or different servers to process it. So instead of giving the load to a single server, it just divided into different servers, so it will be faster. Got it? Yeah. Okay, so we have an important part, that is security. Yeah. So securing your cloud environment is as important as working on the cloud, right? So we have role-based access control. Yeah. We have Azure directory, that is called Azure Active Directory. Yeah. We have multi-factor authentication. Sorry, just give me one, guys. Yeah. Okay. So now imagine you accidentally give every employee full admin access. Is that dangerous or not?
Yes, sir. Dangerous.
Yes.
Exactly. You cannot give. Yeah, just like when I created your credentials or the Azure, I have given you the contributor access. Even I have the owner access, administrator access, but I cannot give you the whole administration access to you guys. You can, if I do it, probably you can delete the other users, right? Yeah. So that is dangerous. And there we have the role-based access control. So, in Office, we have HR. So HR should have only access over the HR, services. Finance has finance access, right? So not everyone can have access of everything. Yeah. So you can give the reader access, you can give the owner access, you can give the contributor access. It depends. So if I'm saying, okay, my colleague is equally responsible on the environment as I am, so he could also have the owner access as I do. Yeah. But the people who are working as a data analyst, or let's say data architect or data engineer, they do not need the owner access. Yeah. Even in my organization, I have only read access. I do not have the write access as well. Yeah. Because I just need the data to be pulled from there. Yes, in the fabric, I have the write access to create the tables over there, to create the architecture. But everywhere I do not have the access of the write, right? Yeah. Okay. We have Azure Active Directory. This is just like, you can say, the first place where everything is being validated, who you are and what you will do, right? Yeah. So basically, it just check who are you. Yeah. So your identity, correct? So this is the place where your identity is being checked. Yeah. Then we have the multi-factor authentication, just like your Microsoft Authenticator. Yeah. So it is just like, you can say, double check. Okay, the person who is being assigned for this role should have access on this, but to double check it. Yeah. Yeah. So if I ask, okay, one thing, how many of you receive OTP while login in any of the application? Maybe let's say when you log
I
into,
received, sir.
yeah, you receive it, right?
Yes, sir. For Citrix or any website authentication.
So that is called MFA, right? The multi-factor authentication. Got it? Any question, guys, till now? No? Okay, guys. So let me put all those things together, yeah, because we are running out of time. So let me just put it. So what is happening? User is sending the request to the internet, and it is connected with the public IP. And that is connected with the load balancer. Load balancer is responsible to balance the load and divide the work to the different virtual machines. And then it is connected to the storage to store the data and take the data. Got it? Yeah. So this is the high availability in Azure. Yeah. When something is failed, it will not be stopped. It will just, I discussed, okay, it will be auto recovery. It just automatically does, it just takes the data from others because it has the copy there. Yeah. The redundancy. Yeah. Critical components are duplicated. I just told you that it creates the duplicates. It is stored at least 3 different copies, and until it is stored those 3 copies, it does not say that the task is completed. Yeah. And scalability, as we already discussed it. Yeah. So I discussed you, okay, the vertical scaling, right? Scale up when you upgrade your system, right? Horizontal scaling, when you scale out, you have different other machines. You just have one machine, now you have many machines, right? Okay. So guys, the key takeaways, right, from the today's session, we'll learn about the physical servers, we'll learn about the virtualization, we'll learn about the cloud computing, right? We learn about the CapEx model, we learn about the OpEx model, we learn about the IaaS, PaaS, SaaS, right? We learn about different, services like VMs, like storage, networking. We learn too many things. Now the next thing is that go to Azure portal, use your credentials, create your your environment, or your just log in into Azure portal, and in tomorrow's session we will start working on the Azure. Yeah, guys. So hope you all have the credentials ready with you, guys. You all are logged into your laptop or desktop. Everybody? So I'm not going right now for this hands-on. We will continue tomorrow on the hands-on. Yeah, we will start working on creating the resource group, then probably virtual machine, storage account, virtual network. We will create everything. Don't worry. But before that, today you can log into the Azure portal. So anyone can, anyone of you can share the screen, and I will guide you, and rest of the people can see and follow it, because I have already Azure logged in. So if I will log in, it will not ask me anything. Yeah, it will just show you the screen. Let me just show you the screen. Probably I will share this PDF with you post the session. Yeah, just hold on. Let me just go to Azure. Okay, so I have Azure here. Okay, when you logged in, it will show this screen to you. I'm already logged in. Yeah. So don't worry on that part. Who is going to share the screen? And this is the navigation part, right? You have, and whatever you want to, generally, most of the people, even I do, I search from here, right? So whatever I need, I just search from here. You also have here the navigation. control. You can just go wherever you want to go. You want to see the source group, you can just go there. Yeah, just click on the subgroup here, or you can just find it here. You want to see that, the let's say I want to see the data factory. You just say data factory, right? So it will show you the data factory here. Just you can click here and it will open the data factory. I'm not going that right now, but yes, we have to create it, right? So I'm not going to create right now. I will take you through how you create a data factory, how you work on that in the later session. Just for today, at least try to open your Azure portal. So who is going to share the screen? Guys, any one of you? I'm stopping sharing my screen. Please go ahead and share your screen. Guys, who is going to share the screen? Pintu, can you share the screen? Guys? Akshay, you can.
Actually, I'm using my company's laptop. So
Okay.
today and tomorrow, I don't have personal laptop.
Akshay, you can do it. No worry. Just go for the for the page, like in private window. If you are using the Edge, or if you are using the Chrome, you can go for what to say, the name of the page, like just let me know. Let me show you here. You can just open your Chrome, and here in the three dots you have in cognitive window, you can just go there, and then you can use the Azure portal. So it will not impact anywhere in your organization.
Can I share my screen, sir?
Okay, you are using sharing that? Oh, I'm sorry. No, not yet. I cannot see your screen.
I'm just sharing. Give me a minute.
Okay. Yes, you can do it by yourself, but it's not a big deal. You can do it, but yeah, probably if anyone can share that, and I can just walk you through. Just log into the Azure as of now for today, and tomorrow we will start working on the Azure.
I hope it is visible.
Yeah, it is now.
Okay, so this
Okay,
is
guys.
the credential I have received.
So guys, please do not share the credentials to others.
Okay.
It's for you. Yeah, it's confidential. So please do not share with others. Otherwise, somebody else can use your credentials. Okay, no worry. All you have the credentials. Just go for Azure portal. Just type Azure portal. Yeah, just type login. Login. Yeah. Okay, just go to the Azure portal. First one. Okay, now sign in.
So I need to use this credential you shared, right?
Yes. Yeah. You have your smartphone, right?
Yes, I have.
You already
So
logged
it
in,
is it is my official
okay, you
credential.
can, okay, just do not do anything here. This is your official. Just go to the three dots there on the top of top
Here?
right. Yeah, just get there. Yeah, click there. Okay, just open new. Yeah, new in Conga window. The third one, the third option. Yeah, this one. Click there. Okay.
Okay.
Where it is.
This is my personal laptop. I don't know why it is showing the persistent Azure login.
Okay, sign out. Then sign out. Or sign in with a different account. You also have the option underneath. Just click on that. Sign in with a different account. I can see there.
Where it is? Actually, this one.
Yeah, just below your pic. Yeah, below your profile pic. You can just see.
Okay.
The screen which is open right now. You have the persistent system limited written there. Then below that you have your beautiful picture. Then on that underneath you have sign in with a different account. No, it was there itself. Yeah.
Where it is? I'm not able to see actually.
Can you just take your mouse to the left? Sorry, to the right. I'm sorry. Can
Okay,
you
this one.
again,
Below
can you
your profile
again
picture.
click on your profile picture? You have the profile picture on the blue
I don't know. In my screen, it is not showing my profile picture anywhere.
Is it your screen hung? Or you're doing
Uh,
something? You
no,
cannot
no,
see.
okay, I think you are not able to see my full screen. Let me share this all. Okay. Okay, let me try from
Yeah, let's try from
screen.
there. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, just click there. Okay, click there. Yeah. And now you have to sign in with different accounts, the last option.
Yes.
Yeah, just
Yes.
click.
Yes.
Okay, yes. Use another account. Now, use your credentials here. The third one, the third window, another window. You have another.
Yes. 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 Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So mine is older one that is not working.
Now you have to again log in with the fresh, credentials. I've given you credentials yesterday, right?
Yes, you have given, it is asking me to update new password. So,
You
Yes.
haven't
You
you
have to
haven't given me so.
yeah. First time you have to do it. Yeah.
okay.
Sorry, Pintu, you are saying something?
Yes, sir. The credential you had given me older one. So
Is it older one?
yes, yesterday you didn't. I mean you did not give me.
Okay. Okay. I will connect you. Don't worry.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Now, click next and open your authenticator app in your cell phone. Click next.
So I have authenticator of my company's app.
That's okay. That does not
Okay.
matter. Just click next.
Okay.
Even I do have, but it does not matter. Just scan the QR code from your authenticator app.
Okay. Yeah, I can see the default directory.
Yeah, just allow it, and then it will. Just click on next.
Okay.
Okay, you will have to.
Free.
Yeah, it
Yes,
will
yes,
ask you.
got it.
Yeah, just keep the code in your cell phone.
Yes, done.
Yeah, that's done. Okay, guys. So now you are logged in. Yeah, in the Azure portal. So you do not have the full permission. So that's why it's showing you do not have the permission to view the credits because you are not the owner. You are a contributor, right? But you have the permission to create the resource group. You have the you have the permission to create the resource group. You have the permission to create the virtual machines, the network, the storage. You can create anything. Don't worry, we will go one by one in the tomorrow's session. Yeah. So guys, everybody is aware now how to log into the Azure portal.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's great, guys. If you still have any issue while logging to the Azure portal, just ping me on WhatsApp. Probably I can guide you, right? Okay. So that's it, guys, for today's session. Hope you enjoyed it. You have some good, concept learned today. Tomorrow we will start working on the Azure, and see, guys, I have two ways to teach you. One, I will show you the concept over the PDF, and then we will go inside the portal, maybe Azure or Fabric, then we will work there, right? So practical and the theoretical part both will be running at the same time. Don't worry, I will let you know every concept and every lab practice how you do it and why you do it. Yeah. Okay. So thank you guys for today's session. I appreciate each one of you, your time, your effort. Yeah. Thank you once
Thank you
again.
very much, sir.
Yeah. And we will connect tomorrow the same time. Till then, enjoy and happy learning. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Bye.
Okay, sir. Bye.